Namaste. Welcome everyone to today's reading of the Mayan Oracle. Today is Kalahun Chuan. Today you will notice that the stones that represent the qualities of Chuan are right here before us today. They are blue topaz and aquamarine embedded in tourmaline. And they are on loan to us today from our metaphysical shop and spiritual learning center here at 148 Madison Street in Oneida, New York. Today again we welcome Brother Kakini as he will read the magical child poem of Chuan.
Alright. Hi, I'm Chuan, Jester of the Cosmic Court and Royal Prankster Extraordinaire. I'm the streamer from the heart of joy that weaves itself through the fabric of this cosmic play with savoir-faire. My touch is the levers that prise you from the intensity of your drama, pressing your nose to the window pane of the cosmic joke of Brahma. I am the release valve and healer called humor. In the twinkling of an eye, my effervescent essence can reveal how you fool yourself. It's rumored I use your own limiting projections about how life should be to catch you off guard. It shoulda, oughta, gotta, has to be hard, quote unquote. It's my job to pull the rug out from under your feet so you can learn to laugh at yourself. Haha, what a treat. Revealing to you how powerless the drama is over who you really are in the cosmorama. The innocent, trusting, magical child imparts the immunity within transparency given by open hearts, granting entrance to the sacred garden of once forgotten dreams where the indwelling joy and beingness generate magical crossbeams. I am laughter, wonder, and delight, a helping bliss within your sight. As a spontaneous, unpredictable coyote kind of bloke, I gift you with the comprehension of the joke. I am the lens that magnifies your narrow point of view. Transcending all illusions' forms, I offer you something new. Mischievously do I rearrange the scripts you've written for yourself, making comedy of your life by putting logic on the shelf. Unpredictable, spontaneous, far from imperious, with the supremacy of the playful ad-lib, I healed the terminally serious. Your leaven from heaven, I expand human doze.
Gotta love it.
Sorry, but not really. I can make the apparent illusion bearable until you're clear enough to make the punchline even wearable. Follow my dancing tracer back to the smile that forms a laughing trinity. Don't you really want to know what's so funny in this vast infinity?
Thank you, Brother Kakini. Thank you for helping us laugh. It's a good thing.
You're welcome.
Okay. Today's tone is Kalahun, the 12th tone. Complex stability. From the greater council at Essence Core, through the pulse of connectedness, stability pours. The qualities that describe the complex stability of Kalahun are stability in expansion, greater constellations, union of polarity, framework of connectedness. Kalahun is the ray of complex stability, the foundation of the self and the foundation of essence in union with the mystical truth of polarity. All things are interwoven in the dance of yin and yang. All parts make up a greater whole. Draw on the wisdom, strength, and stability you derive as a member of the greater council. No matter what your experience, there is a complex stability in the larger pattern that invites you to feel stable as you expand and evolve. Living in a world of polarities, yet knowing that all parts are one in a unified whole, creates the underlying framework of connectedness. The hologram of polarity is simply the structure or the loom upon which worlds and realities are woven. Stability is a matter of perception. Find where you can openly flow and expand in the midst of seeming complexities. Utilize the relationships created by polarity to explore and examine any self-limiting constructs. Open your perception. Through you, the mysterious balance of the cosmos is fulfilled. Chewing. The qualities that describe chewing are innocence, spontaneity, inner child, artistry, harmony, monkey, trickster, disruption, and transparency. Chewing represents the divine child, the child that is ever in a state of open-hearted wisdom, innocence, trust, simplicity, and joyful wonder. What would it feel like to actually be a magical child in this culture and this time? The secret that very few know, because they feel more comfortable trying to protect themselves, is that the divine child offers the strongest of all positions, the strongest of all protection, the invulnerability of open-hearted love. Through innocence, a kind of immunity is created that allows the divine child to be transparent to so that the apparent slings and arrows of the world pass right through without being personalized into wounds, reactions, and hurt feelings. This is the path of innocence regained. Transparency is the path of the new consciousness. Enter into the greater wisdom of innocence and trust. Through your innate innocence, you can be utilized as an empty vessel for the divine will and wisdom to manifest. The less you hold rigidly to specific belief systems and thought patterns, the more you become an open receiving station for the divine. The more naturally innocent and transparent you allow yourself to be, the less you will have strong reactions, and there will be nothing for the potential hurts to stick to. Remember, your stickiness is one of the most effective tools to help you bring yourself into wholeness, because it shows you where you are most invested and identified. Look deeply into the eyes of a 2-year-old child. There you will see the innocent trust, open-heartedness, and spontaneous joy that typifies the divine child. Imagine yourself as an enlightened 2-year-old in a state of ecstatic communion and delight. In childhood, you didn't have to remember to be playful. you could easily and fluidly express your emotions. You didn't have to understand the whys and wherefores. You knew with your heart. This is your natural state of being, the state of ecstasy, the path of revealed innocence. The frequency of ecstasy, your divine nature, is now dawning through you. A way of accessing it may be as simple as changing your perceptual lens and life filters. How might your life as a divine child, amidst the illusion of this world, respond? Words seem limited to explain. Just be the divine child, and you will discover the answer for yourself. In Western culture, many people have a distorted understanding about what it is to be a human being. We are often taught that successful adults are responsible, serious, rigid, controlling, and goal-oriented. In your journey with society, your developmental stages may have been incomplete. The natural sensitivity, fluidity, and freedom of the child may have been left behind in partial passage. Perhaps your inner child was wounded or treated insensitively, and you carried this unresolved process into adulthood. Chewin encourages you to begin and bring forth this incomplete or wounded part for integration and healing. This process implies a bounteous connection between essence, self, and spirit, freed from judgment, denial, and separation. It encourages an unconstricted experience of feelings, living your dreams and visions, where everything is sacred, and so, by nature, harmonious and joyful. Live your dreams. The moment is now. In this co-creative process, your life literally becomes a work of art and the drawing of the new myth. In this new myth, your spontaneous divine child will usher in and anchor the new frequency. How can you heal your innate child? Explore what truly gives you joy. Find types of work that support your sensitivity and create deep satisfaction. Be simple. Love, play, dance, draw, color, and sing. These activities are for all divine children. They serve the expression of the magical child in everyone. Consciously make time for the joyous freedom and for magical play. This is not the kind of play that avoids problems. As you freely play, the importance is taken off of who you think you are, leaving room to explore all that you actually are. Often, afterward, when you come back to a different situation, your perception has magically shifted. Remember, as Taylor Dietz, I hope I said that right, once said, joy is the ineffable sign of the presence of our Creator. As a divine child, surrender to the present moment. The universe speaks in the voice of the present. In the dawning of the myth, there are no roadmaps, no creeds, and no philosophies. The direction now comes straight from the universe, moment by moment, and the circulum is revealed through your natural connection to the divine. This is the path of innocence, the path of trust. You walk each step only once. On this path, you have a willingness not to know and the wisdom to follow the guidance of Spirit. Bring humor into the expression of yourself, especially the issues of life's growth edges and spurs that spurs strong emotions. When you come up against what appears to be a difficult issue, amplify and feel it with awareness. It can actually become humorous. Or try processing it either by making it very serious, or by taking it very lightly, or by making a joke out of it. Identify yourself with the fool, or should I say the so-called fool, the one who truly knows that things are not as serious as they seem. Humor is divinely transforming. Chewin also represents the cosmic alarm clock. The energy of Chewin sets up situations that will change or torque your perspective. In that moment, you perceive things differently, as with the punchline of a good joke. The essence of Chewin is waking up, just for a moment. See through the cultural trance in which you have been shaped. Chewin is the Mayan monkey, the trickster, the playful one who may push you off balance or catch you off guard in order to bring you the gift of a new perspective. The monkey offers you enjoyment, the ability to so-called swing through the trees of life's jungle. Don't be surprised if soon it appears that you are hanging by your knees and your world turns upside down and life's bananas have a different appeal. Chewin's playful wisdom is also represented by the dolphin which represents an enlivened state of consciousness and joyful expression in spontaneous ways in the present moment. Chewin can assist you in learning to play your way through any situation. Lighten up. Monkey around. Don't take life so seriously. Remember, people are that they may have joy. Chewin can help you get the cosmic joke that appearances in this three-dimensional world are illusionary. So, you might as well laugh and make light of them. Since you are the co-creator of your reality, why not write a delightful script? You have created for yourself learning situations that may appear to be difficult or uncomfortable. Humor can serve as a pressure valve and healer, helping you to laugh and dance with the illusion. Some people look forward to the weekend in anticipation of a changed perspective. The "thank God it's Friday" syndrome often springs from the need for a release and a more lightened point of view. In such a setting, people give themselves permission to step outside of their usual routines and allow their expression to become uninhibited. Experiment with encouraging your magical child to come out and play, and not just for the weekends. For example, if you are a person who enjoys partying, take the free aspect of yourself that gets activated in such situations, for example, being candid and direct when drinking, and bring it into conscious play in your life without alcohol or other such stimulations. The secondary experience that emerges when you drink or party is asking to come congruently into your everyday life. It has something valuable to contribute to your wholeness. The color for chewing is aqua blue. The translucent, joy-filled blue of ocean waves curling and crashing in the sun. Hear the song of the dolphins as you visualize this color of innocence, joy, and harmony. The number for chewing is 11. The vibration wherein novelty and spontaneity break down resistant forms. When unity merges with essence self, a mystical foundation is created that disintegrates old patterns. This is actually integration in disguise. As your walls come tumbling down, they crack into a smile, and the illumination of self shines through. The shadow wisdom of chewing. There are many factors of chewing's shadow. The most common of these is not seeing the humor in life's experiences. If you take life too seriously, humor may offer a relief of an unexpected point of view. Follow your divine child, and you will be shown how to play your way through any apparent difficult situation. Humor is the greatest healer and teacher, and a wonderful way to lighten up about enlightenment. Another paramount shadow of chewing is avoiding speaking your truth. Do you use humor to express things that you are afraid to say to someone honestly and directly? Do you use humor to hide your vulnerability? Perhaps you use sarcasm because you feel wounded, insecure, or unable to express your deep feelings. Such use of humor is a way of bringing out hidden anger and aggression. If you find yourself caught in inappropriate play, consciously step out of it and bring in the missing awareness. Trust your magical child to be vulnerable. Express your feelings, especially your awakenings, in a direct way. Let go of using humor as a means of making your true feelings known. Like the divine child you are, allow all emotions to be okay and freely express them without judgment. The shadow of Chewin also represents the perennial trickster, the monkey or clown. Since perceived emotions and events are illusionary anyway, why not take the monkey off your back? Set your true monkey free to swing through the trees of circumstances instead of hanging around in the same situations. Joking and teasing, which come from a place of wisdom, are high arts that engender growth. The transformative trickster breaks down unneeded structures. When the Hakoya play out fear by dressing as a monster, they bring hidden polarities out of the shadows, freeing the field and setting the stage for joy and celebration. However, in this shadow, you may use humor inappropriately or insensitively. Perhaps you use it to control others or to satisfy your ego at the expense of others' feelings. This may take many forms, including making fun of others, spreading jokes or rumors, insensitivity to handicapped people, races, or circumstances, and the furthering of emotional pain. The issue of sensitivity also lies in the shadow of Chewin. Perhaps your inner child was unthinkingly wounded or suppressed by social expression, or by social expectations. Perhaps your gift of sensitivity was not supported by parental figures or the culture at large. In order to protect yourself from this criticism, you may have withdrawn and suppressed your self-expression and creativity, or become absorbed in fantasy worlds. Honestly examine any dysfunctional hidden reaction or set patterns you may have that results from your woundings. Transform this shadow by becoming aware of your emotional reactions and perceptions of insensitivity. Then express the feelings around it before you get too deeply immersed in the cycle of emotional reactions. Learn to utilize the disruption that the trickster catalyzes. Disruption that may seem to turn your world upside down from time to time. Such disruptions step in where the avoidance may linger and where the old is no longer useful. For example, losing a job brings you to a new opportunity that you may not have taken before. The energy of Chewin asks you to see the perfection revealed in the gift and the humor in everything that happens to you, no matter how it looks on the surface. There are always points of entry in the transforming reactive cycles. Consciously expressing your feelings helps to break the dysfunctional coping mechanisms and cycling patterns, which in turn allows you to access the core of the wound to heal it. If you are feeling overwhelmed about how to change an intense emotional reaction, remember that just realizing you have a choice helps to stop the cycling. Healing the inner child can actually be an exciting adventure. The harmonic wisdom of chewing. The harmonic wisdom that chewing embodies is humor, that which creates an unexpected surprise. In music, this is called scherzo. I hope I said that right too. A joke, a jest, or a light passage. Chewing represents the wild card, the unexpected combination that creates or that causes a turn in a total different direction. It represents innovation and novelty, the profound discontinuity, the sudden reordering in a new way. This novelty is more than a choice between two choices of action. It is something entirely new. On the surface, such novelty might appear to create disharmony or dissonance, while in the larger pattern it actually has a harmonizing effect. Chewing presents the unexpected. Break the pattern. Act in a surprising, whimsical, or playful way. Be the divine child, the trickster, the fool, or chewing may find you. The musical descriptor for chewing are staccato, meaning abruptly disconnected, animando, which means with increased animation, and allargo, meaning with increased liveliness. Humor allows for momentary detachment. It makes the strange familiar and the familiar strange. It offers a new way of seeing, hence an objective that creates both personal and conceptual detachment. Chewing is like the card game 52 Pickup. For a moment, in the surprise and confusion of a whole deck of cards thrown into the air, there is a suspension of belief. All the rules have been thrown out, and you simply have to laugh and pick up the cards. Let us meditate on that for a while.